Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
So, we're late.
We are. I had a long day yesterday.
And you got stuck at work?
I got stuck at work.
3 hours past close?
Yep. And so here we are doing it a day later, and we had a lot to do today too, so we're doing it late in the evening. So there's going to be 2 podcasts kind of back to back.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
2 episodes coming at you.
But now you can listen to us, like if you listen on your drive, you can listen to us like on the way in and on the way home.
Mm-hmm,
See how that works? It's like a bonus Sacrilegious Discourse day.
The things we do for you.
So I think last time we finished up the Solomonic Proverbs. Is that correct?
The first Solomonic Proverbs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
I keep mentally hoping that there's no more.
Oh, there will be.
But
there's more.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that today we'll be getting into what?
We are starting the 3rd collection within the collection of collections that is Proverbs.
Got it.
So we're in the
it's
third
a collection
one.
of collections in a collections of collections.
No, too many.
Oh, that was too many.
You went turtles all the way down on me. No, Proverbs is a collection of collections.
Right.
And we've completed the first 2.
Got it.
Do you remember what the first collection was called?
Fuck no.
I want to say it was like the Didactic.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that.
That's right.
Does that sound right?
Something like, sounds about right.
Sure.
Sounds close anyway.
Yeah. So now we're in the 3rd one, and this group is exactly 2.5 chapters in length.
Yeah.
And they are the words of the wise.
Got the words of the wise.
Yes.
Speaking of words of the wise, just real quick before we jump into this. The wise followers among us would help us out by going over and liking our YouTube page if you haven't already.
Okay.
That's all.
Oh.
I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
I haven't said it in a while. I figured, hey, YouTube. Go to YouTube.
We're talking about wisdom. That's a good
wise,
segue into
a wise thing to
YouTube.
do. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Any reason's a good wise reason to do it, you know?
Oh my God. Anyway, so we did halfway through Proverbs 22 at last meeting.
Yep.
So we're finishing up chapter 22 and reading chapter 23.
We're doing 1.5 again today.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right. So as I said, we are getting into the second half of Proverbs chapter 22, which are the precepts and warnings.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Pay attention and turn your ear to the sayings of the wise.
Okay, I got my ear turned. You're wise, right? I can turn my ear to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the one that's holding them and reading them. So yeah.
Got it. I'm turning my ear to me. Yeah, but I got to turn my mouth to the mic, so I'm going to occasionally turn back to the mic to
You look
speak.
like a big dumb goofball. Apply your
That's
heart.
probably because I got a haircut today from somebody who's only been cutting hair for 2 days.
Oh my God.
That was scary.
You came home and were like, "Do I look stupid?" And I was like, "How do I answer this question?"
I want to be really nice to them, because I don't really give a fuck about my hair, you know?
Right.
It is what it is. But if it's really dumb, then I might go to like another Great Clips and be like, "Hey guys,
can you fix me right quick?"
Yeah, I mean, I go to Great Clips because I don't care. You know?
Right.
I don't go get my hair styled. I'm balding in the back. I don't give a shit. Just cut my fucking hair.
Right.
But she had only been cutting hair for 2 days,
mm-hmm.
and it took like an hour to get a basic fucking haircut.
Yeah.
And I was a little scared throughout the whole thing. Sorry.
You look all right. You look fine. She did a fine job.
Yeah. I told her as much. I was like, thank you, and good luck to you, and tipped her decently, and so. Good
for you.
Yeah. It just was a scary experience, That's all.
All right, so you're paying attention. You turned your ear. Now you need to apply your heart to what I teach.
Okay? I'd rather leave it in my body.
Oh my
Not.
God.
Am I being too literal here?
You're
Sorry.
being too silly.
I apologize.
For it is pleasing when you keep them in your heart and have all of them ready on your lips.
On your heart and on your lips. Got it.
So put them in your heart so that you have them ready to grab on your lip.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it, yeah.
They're saying memorize this shit so that you always have a good response.
I got it.
Well, you were being so literal and silly. I thought I would put it out there that we do know a little bit. Look,
we are reading Proverbs. I am going to be silly because there is nothing else to fucking do.
True.
And it is what it is, so.
So that your trust may be in the Lord, I teach you today, even you. Have I not written 30 sayings for you, sayings of counsel and knowledge, teaching you to be honest and to speak the truth, so that you bring back truthful reports to those you serve?
Have they not? I don't know. I'm not aware. What is this referring to?
I don't know.
It's like they're referring to something that I'm not aware of what they're referring to.
Well, aren't they? Haven't they? Did they?
I don't know.
Let's assume they did. They're saying they did. I'm going to trust them at their word. They did a thing.
Sure, I guess so.
Sure. Do not exploit the poor. We love the poor again.
Yeah.
Because they are poor. And do not crush the needy in court, for the Lord will take up their case and will exact life for life. Damn.
I don't see that that's the way things go. It seems like the poor get shit on in court pretty much most of the time.
Yeah, that is true. Do not make friends with a hot-tempered person. Do not associate with anyone easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared.
These must be the 30 things.
I guess.
I'm guessing.
Sure.
I wonder if this is them.
This is them. Well, you're friends with a hot-tempered person.
Yeah.
Her name is Wife.
Yeah. I wouldn't say you're hot-tempered. You're quick to defend. You're righteous. You are very
I'm righteous.
Yes.
And I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yes, but I wouldn't say you're quick-tempered. You're quick to defend shitty. You're quick to contradict shittiness.
Okay.
And I don't think like hot-headed to me, hot-tempered, whatever, bad-tempered is more just you have a shitty demeanor to you to begin with. Okay. And that's not how I see you.
Aww.
I don't see you that way. I think that you are very wonderful and that you just stick up for things that other people wouldn't. And that's why you have this thing that people see you as this way because you do things that other people wouldn't. And I don't see that as a bad thing. It's
not necessarily
productive. Awkward sometimes.
Right. Not always productive.
Not always productive, but it's not a bad thing.
Got it.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
That was very sweet. I see you as silent, strong type, except that you speak up when necessary, and therefore your words carry much more weight and meaning.
Right.
So, I married well. I married up. Do not be one who shakes hands in pledge or puts up security for debts.
Oh, not that.
Not again.
Yeah.
If you lack the means to pay, your very bed will be snatched from under you.
Well, I mean,
that's true.
That's how collateral works, I guess.
We all love the Repo Man,
yeah.
Right? Do not move an ancient boundary stone set up by your ancestors.
Okay. I mean, that's like don't move your property line thing. Yeah.
Don't be a cheater kind of person.
Right, sure.
Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank. That's more that Ayn Rand bullshit.
Right. Your hard work will pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was the end of chapter 22. Now we're getting into Proverbs chapter 23.
Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit to dine with a ruler, as you do,
Yeah, all the time.
Sure. Note well what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you are given to gluttony.
That escalated real quick.
It sure as fuck did.
Damn. I mean,
I don't know what
I would
to say
say
about
like
that.
most feasts that I've seen kings have are pretty gluttonous.
Yeah.
Just in the production of it.
I've never sat down with a ruler. I'm going to guess though, based on what I've seen, that I would be the least of your fucking problems.
Right, yeah. Get off me.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
It might be my one and only chance to pig out like that.
Right? So
I'm going to dine on their fucking caviar.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't really crave caviar.
I don't understand that. Like, it probably is seen as a more proper thing to not pig out on the king's feast or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
But then why have it all there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're obviously showing your money and your status by displaying all this food. But then there's also etiquette to determine that you're not supposed to just eat it all.
Right. And here's my thing. I'm not worried about what the ruler thinks of me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're going to think what they're going to think. They invited me there for a reason. And it's not because I'm classy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they invited me there, it's because they like my podcast or because I wrote a book and they're like, awesome, you wrote this great book.
Right.
In which case, I'm not worried that they walk away going, Jesus Christ, she's gluttonous.
Let me ask you this, though. If you were... I mean, would you not hold to the decorum of meeting a dignitary if you were able to meet, say, the President of the United States or whatever? Would you not hold to the normal decorum just because, you know, this is what's expected?
What do you mean by normal decorum?
Well, if you went to, when the Queen of... I don't even want to mention the new King of England, but... You know, the Queen of England, if you had got to meet her, she would have expected you to do certain things.
Like you have to take all these classes before you can be in her presence. And you have to, hold your fork on a certain hand or else you're, being rude and stuff.
That's what I'm getting at.
I mean...
I feel like I would, just out of respect for the opportunity. I don't know.
Okay, here's the thing. When me and you go out with family to a restaurant, which, we don't do very often... I'm usually the one, pointing to your napkin, saying, put it in your lap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess to some small degree, I'm a little bit polite, but I'm still going to put my elbows on the table, queen or otherwise. That's all I'm saying.
I would not put my elbows on the table if I was eating with the queen. Just for the record.
I cannot be bothered with that kind of thing. Because, to me, you're not better than me.
No,
I'm not gonna change how I sit for your benefit to make me. Those kind of rules are meant to force me to bend to your little pretty way of being, and I'm not gonna do it. I will put my napkin in my lap. I will try to remember which fork is which. I'll probably fuck it up because I don't have a great memory, and I'm not going to go much further than that. I'm just not.
I think I would.
I'm not going to treat the queen any better than I'm going to treat somebody I actually love and care about in my personal life.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying that certain people, certain things have traditions and roles that you're supposed to play in those instances.
Sure, but do I strike you as somebody who has ever played a role?
Not really, no.
I've always been the sort to say that traditions...
So basically what we're getting at here is that if we ever get to meet the Queen or King of England...
I should wait out in the lobby.
I'm just going to go on by myself.
Yeah, okay. I should wait in the lobby. Because I can't fucking be bothered to put her on a pedestal.
Right.
Now, if we went to meet the President of the United States, I don't think whoever he may be, is going to be fucking worried if I put my goddamn elbows on the table.
Probably not. Although...
They're going to give you a little lesson in security. They're not going to give you lessons before you go meet him on which fucking fork to use. They're going to say, don't move beyond this circle. Always refer to him as Mr. President.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going to get cautioned by security, not by a fucking etiquette cop.
Right.
So, whatever. I'm not worried about that kind of shit.
Got it.
Anyway, do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. See, you shouldn't even be eating that anyway. Food? It's what I'm saying. It's fucking, it's trappings.
Okay, all right.
It's there to show off.
But I thought kings were like God's, mouthpiece, basically.
That was a different chapter.
Okay.
In this chapter, kings suck and the poor is awesome.
Got it.
Do not wear yourself out to get rich. Except for also work hard, so I'm not sure which way to go here. Do not trust your own cleverness.
I beg to differ.
Right? I trust my own cleverness insofar as I know what I don't know, and I know that I need to learn more.
Right. How about that? I mean, I definitely ask for help all the time, but I also I think I'm pretty clever.
You are pretty fucking clever.
So I trust it often.
Yeah.
So
you might not know the benefit of the Oxford comma, but you know a fuck ton about other stuff.
I do have learned the benefit of the Oxford comma.
Okay.
So
it was supposed to be an example.
No, I know,
okay.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay. You've taught me some things.
I have taught you some things. Yeah. And you've taught me some things.
Yes.
We teach each other.
Yes.
Cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle.
Well, that's no problem. I can't find any to look at, so
we don't seem to attract much riches, and they do fly away. I will tell you that.
Right? Yeah, I was looking around. I don't see. We got a typewriter. I like our typewriters.
I do like our typewriters.
I like our books.
We have a lot of vinyl records.
We do.
Like a fuck ton.
Yeah, a lot.
And board games. We got a fuck ton of board games.
We got a really cool cat.
Full. Got a great cat.
Yeah.
Got a great kid.
We do.
Yeah. Huge basement. What the fuck?
We have some really good board games.
I said that.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
You were busy.
I'm sorry. I was looking for other things. Yeah, I'm looking.
We have an extensive medicine cabinet. But that's because we're old.
I guess.
Do not eat the food of a begrudging host. Do not crave his delicacies. For he is the kind of person who is always thinking about the cost.
Then
they're equating rulers to greedy fucks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. There's no consistency.
Right.
There's no consistency.
I'm just not sure how I don't understand this necessarily.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the little you have eaten and will have wasted your compliments.
Wait, why will you vomit it up?
Because it's so poisonous with his badness.
Oh my God.
This is silly.
This is dumb.
It is dumb. It's not that I disagree that, like, rich people suck.
Sure, I guess.
For hoarding wealth and for not helping fix the system that lets them hoard wealth.
But not all of them do that either. I mean, like, there are some rich people that do work towards donating their
sure,
extra monies towards
and there
good
are
things.
Rich people who insist on that the rich should be higher taxed.
Right.
So yes, that is awesome. Again, yes, I know the rich are not a monolith. Not all rich people, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, rich people suck.
Sure.
Do not speak to fools, for they will scorn your prudent words.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Do not move an ancient boundary stone or encroach on the fields of the fatherless.
We literally just covered that.
Right, but
except for the fatherless bit.
Right, now they're like being a little bit more explanatory.
Yeah.
For their defender with a capital D is strong. I think they're talking about God.
Okay.
Because it's capital.
Right.
He will take up their case against you.
Oh.
See, God loves the poor.
Yep.
God loves the poor and the widowed children.
In this section, yeah.
In this section. In this sentence.
Right.
Yeah,
it's bound to change any moment.
Yep. Apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge.
Okay. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that.
Sure. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with a rod, they will not die. So if you beat them,
that's not entirely true.
If
you are an abusive parent, there have been cases that children have died from being beaten too hard.
Yep. Let's not beat the children.
Just not beat the children.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely that does not hold true.
I think it's stupid that we expect children to be better in control of their emotions than we adults are. We expect them to learn the rules and follow them quicker and more accurately than we as adults do.
Right. How would you like it as an adult when you broke a rule? How would you like if some other adult would just walked up to you and beat you with a rod?
Right.
I mean, how would that's exactly what's happening, only with a child that has no fucking recourse or defense.
Right. Exactly.
At least I can beat you back,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, the kid has no viable course of defense to that action.
And moreover, the court condones it.
To an extent.
What is a child supposed to do? If a child hits back, then the child gets put in fucking juvie or whatever. Yeah. The child is in trouble. So the child is not allowed to defend him or herself.
Right. They have to build a case of the parent has beat them and
you have to
excessively
prove
at that.
it. You have to prove it so fucking hard that it's I don't even understand. Like, you have to not only prove it, but then you have to also get over, at least in the state of Ohio, they have like this love affair with the nuclear family.
Right.
And you're not allowed to cut off your family members, no matter how toxic they are. And they're like, no, no, no. You should always, always, always try for reconciliation, even when it's been proven that the parent in question
is abusive
and
right.
has no, should not in any way be involved. The involvement is more harmful to the child than the reconciliation.
And I would wager that idea in our courts, at least in Ohio, and I think this pretty much plays out nationwide, if I had to guess, but I think that idea stems from biblical teachings, Yes.
One man, one woman, nuclear family, stay married forever. If you can't stay married, at least always stay beautiful parents to the children and always both be involved and be perfect and beautiful. And it's like, wouldn't that be a nice, pretty world? But we live in the real one. We live in the real one where sometimes people suck.
Yeah.
They
do.
Yeah. So anyway, fuck Ohio. Let's see. Punish them with the rod, blah, blah, blah. Save their life with the rod.
Right.
Okay. My son, not my daughter. I would never speak to my daughter and give her any kind of wisdom.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. My inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right.
I mean, I can relate to that. You want your kid to be a good, well-rounded individual who knows shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, a decent citizen.
Yeah, sure. So I can relate to that.
Yeah. Do not let your heart envy Wait, what? Do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord.
Again, it's going to have to depend on what your definition of sin is. Like if your definition of sin, I'm not going to envy a murderer, right? But like there's a lot of things that are considered sinful, and if we go back to Leviticus, the amount of things that are not things that God condones are extensive.
Right.
And so I don't really approve of that list, and therefore you have to clarify.
Right.
You have to clarify, and moreover, I don't really like even with what people consider to be sinners today, like people who cheat on their whatever. Like, I don't that. You have to take each individual as an individual person and treat them as such,
right?
Given their cases and what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot judge someone just because of it. Everything in the world is not black and white.
Right.
We live in a world of gray.
I mean, homosexuality is considered sinful in the Bible. And I got to tell you,
that's debatable.
Depending on who you talk to.
Right.
According to many Christians. How about that?
Sure.
It is sinful according to many Christians, and for them, that is according to the Bible.
Right.
So, and I got to tell you, I have met some homosexuals who are very in love, and if you were single, you should be envious of that love. So, fuck off.
You didn't, well, I mean, unless you want to be single.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm just saying.
Right. I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. Each person is an individual.
Right.
Take them as they are.
Yeah, stop. Stupid.
That's all.
This Bible's dumb.
It is.
There is surely, and we just skipped right over the be zealous in your fear for the Lord. We're like, no. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off.
Okay.
Unless I decide.
It is. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, my son, and be wise, and set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat. For drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags.
I see. They're focusing pretty heavily on the eating too much and stuff in this
gluttony.
The gluttony aspect of this.
Interesting.
Yeah. It is.
Like, don't be a fatty.
Right.
Like, well, guess I'm going to hell. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Okay?
I would say the mother gave the life.
Right.
I mean, not that the father doesn't contribute, but the mother went through a lot more with regard to giving that life.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Buy the truth and do not sell it.
Buy the truth and do not. Okay.
So I'm going to buy a newspaper.
Why wouldn't you?
And I'm going to hold on to it. Nobody else can have it. I'm not going to sell it.
But I would want everybody to know.
Right.
Like, I think it's better that everybody is informed and knows the truth.
I would give it away knowledge. For free, though.
Right.
Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sell it. Give it for free.
We love the library. We love, anything.
I love the library.
Like, there are aspects of the internet that are really good because you have access to all kinds of information if you choose to use it correctly.
Yes.
So.
Use your power for good, people.
Right.
Do not sell it. Wisdom, instruction, and insight as well.
Okay.
Don't sell any of that stuff.
Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The father of a righteous child has great joy. A man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him. Yes, we all
good
like
children are good children.
Yep.
I mean,
we're
even
happy
bad
when our
children,
kids are good.
Unless they're really shitty, they're still your children, and I still love them.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Whatever.
May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave you birth be joyful. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Are you
Great.
happy?
I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Ecstatic.
Okay. My son, give me your heart and let your eyes delight in my ways. For an adulterous woman is a deep pit, and a wayward wife is a narrow well.
Okay. Then she probably had honey on her lips or something too.
Goddamn honey.
Yeah.
Honey-lipped vixens.
Those damn honey-lipped vixens.
They're always waving at you. No, but this is the wayward wife. So in our marriage, it would be me putting honey on my lips and going out.
Right. But it said something about a temptress before that or something too.
An adulterous woman is a deep pit, and a wayward wife is a narrow well.
So they're saying, like, if you go for the adulterous woman, or your wife is an adulterous woman, either way, that adulterous woman is a piece of shit, basically.
Yeah. Women suck.
I guess.
The men can come back from it, but the women,
right? The women have always been the most punished in what we've read.
Yeah.
Now they say that men got punished for adultery, but I didn't see a lot. I mean, like, there was a lot more instances of them calling that out about the women than there was about the man.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like the men got the same types of punishment for adultery as women did.
That's because women have vaginas, and those are disgusting, and we don't talk about those.
It would be a neat Patreon episode to look into how adultery was treated back in biblical times, I think.
I don't think it would be neat at all.
It would be tragic, but it would be worth knowing, I guess, maybe.
I think that we already know the answer, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they would be stoned to death, or, at the very best case scenario, shunned from the village, or
I guess mostly what I'm curious about is that if men are men treated similarly to the women, or were women definitely treated shittier? Is what I'm curious about. Because the laws supposedly apply to men and women.
Right.
So, but they only ever call out the women. So.
The men are the ones that wrote the laws, and they're the ones that enforce them. So I'm going to guess that the women bore the brunt of the punishment.
And the way they talk about the adulterous woman, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is no blame for the man there. So it sounds to me like the woman is the one that's always getting in trouble.
Because he got distracted by her. His eyes got put under her spell.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bandit, she lies in wait and multiplies the unfaithful among men. See? She's just standing there, like, just shaking it for all she's worth, and magic seduction rays come out of her.
It's all her fault that half the town, slept with her.
Yeah.
It's her fault.
Yes.
It's not the men's fault.
They didn't sleep with her. She slept with them.
She had fucking honey on her lips, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
How could the men be, in trouble for that?
She had rainbows coming out of her vagina.
Right. Yeah.
And as soon as the rainbows got in those men's eye, they had no choice.
It's tragic for those men,
It's the Care Bear stare, but it's vaginas instead of hearts.
A Care Bear thing lately.
I can't help it.
You can't help it.
It's vaginas instead of hearts.
Got it. Okay.
That's where the Care Bear stare is coming from.
Got it.
Okay. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaints? Who has needless bruises? Who has bloodshot eyes?
Me?
No, you don't have any of those.
I don't have woe or strife?
Okay, you do.
Okay.
Do you have sorrow?
Sometimes over, things.
Do you have complaints? Do you have
I definitely have complaints.
Do you have needless bruises and bloodshot eyes?
No, that would be more your thing when you run into things.
Oh, I do. I run into everything. My God. You guys, you would not believe how many bruises I have on my hips, like, all the time, because I'm always like, oh, shit, there's a corner there. Or, oh, look out for that wall.
And wife bruises so easily. I'm like, God damn it, everybody's going to think I beat you.
And it's true.
Not true.
It's the house. The house beats me because I trip over it all the goddamn time.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
And, like, if you look at wife, she has, like, veins on the, like, they're on the outside.
My veins are on the outside.
And
It's true.
She bruises so fucking easily.
I'm probably anemic.
Something. Who knows?
I know.
Yeah.
Do you have bloodshot eyes? You don't.
No.
So, okay, I'm going to tell you who has all these things. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Those who linger over wine, who go to sample bowls of mixed wine. So, drunkards.
Oh, okay.
Do not gaze at wine when it is red.
What? There's literally red wine. Why can you not
Don't gaze at it. Take your eyes off it.
Okay.
When it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly, don't stare at it. Don't look at it.
Why?
Don't gaze at it. Because it'll hypnotize you. It'll put the Care Bear stare on you.
But Jesus, apparently.
No.
Again,
we're not there yet.
I know we're not there
Spoilers.
yet. Okay. All right.
We don't talk about Jesus yet. He hasn't been born yet.
Is wine bad?
Wine's bad.
Okay.
We don't like it. Don't do it.
All right.
In the end, it bites like a snake and poisons like a viper.
Damn.
It's so scary. Red wine is scary.
It scares me.
It's scarier
In no way whatsoever.
It's scarier than a scary movie like The Exorcist or like Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Red wine is gonna get you.
You and my mom must be in bad states. So
we are in bad states because I don't drink a lot except when I go to your mom's house and she plies me with wine and I gladly drink it all.
Yeah.
Or if we eat Mexican food and I have margaritas.
That's not wine though.
No, so
But,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I can have as many margaritas as I want.
Yeah.
I just gotta stop going to your mom's house.
Right.
She's a honey-lipped vixen. Just get me with that wine. Your eyes will see strange sights, and your mind will imagine confusing things.
Well, I mean, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, because you get drunk.
I mean, if you drink that
if
much,
you drink too much,
right.
Yeah. You will be like one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you were the world spinning, you definitely drank too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hit me, you will say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink?
Oh my God.
You went from like having a glass of wine to getting drunk to now you're an alcoholic.
Yeah,
like,
right.
In one fell swoop.
I mean, obviously, alcoholism. We've talked about this just in maybe the last episode, even.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's not a good thing.
Right.
Like you gotta. That's a hard thing to deal with, and
Mm-hmm.
and oftentimes you do have to like not drink, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to follow those same rules, and not everybody is not like I can drink and I don't crave alcohol.
Right.
It's more of a social thing for me. And
you never drink and drive ever.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, and I know a lot of people that are similar to me. Like, it's
Right.
not so, but yes, I understand that alcoholism is a problem, but it doesn't mean that it's an evil thing. You just have to know how to deal with what you need to deal with.
Right.
I guess.
Everybody has ghosts.
Right.
And your ghost is not the same as my ghost.
Yeah.
What plagues you is not the thing that plagues me, and vice versa.
Right. So was that the end of the chapter?
That was the end of the chapter thing there.
All right. So we got an episode done.
We did.
A little bit late.
Yeah.
But it's done now.
It's done.
And so that was chapters 22 and 23.
The last half of 22,
and then 23.
And then chapter 23.
And then so tomorrow we'll be getting into
chapter 24, which will close up that next collection in the Book of Proverbs.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.